If you're a mom and you care about health and fitness, but you also have a family at home that you need to feed and you want to make practical meals, have high protein, lots of healthy carbs, vegetables, balanced all around. You want to be able to eat the food that you feed your family. Hopefully today's video will help you. I am a mom of 4 if you're new here. My name is Melanie. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I love to eat a high protein diet, and I also love to cook really good food and just feed my family well. So if you guys find this sort of thing helpful, would you please hit the subscribe button and like this video? It really helps my channel grow and it helps the algorithm to promote my video out there, but it also lets me know that this sort of thing you guys enjoy and you want me to make more of these videos. So I'm really excited. I get to take you guys along with me as I cook. Hopefully you guys enjoy today's video. It's Monday and I'm starting the week off with a sheet pan dinner. I love sheet pan dinners because they're really simple to throw together. You can use whatever ingredients you have on hand, and it doesn't take too long to cook, and obviously less dishes. That's what I'm talking about. So I have some baby potatoes and some bell peppers, and now I'm just chopping up some mushrooms. And most of my kids actually don't love mushrooms, but the great thing about this dish is it's actually pretty easy to just pick out some of the things that your kids might not like. I mean, you can't please everyone, can you? I also have some garlic, and I'm not even gonna cut the garlic. I'm just gonna throw it on the pan whole, and it's just gonna add a delicious flavor once everything cooks together. I found these chicken sausages. They're pre-cooked, and I got them at Costco. And all you have to do is chop them up and throw them on the sheet pan. Now that everything I'm going to be using for dinner tonight is on the sheet pan, I'm just gonna spread it out and just try to space things out a little bit so they can crisp up. And I'm going to drizzle a good amount of olive oil over top, otherwise your potatoes are gonna dry up. So, I mean, don't go crazy, but you need enough oil here. Mix everything together with your hands, and then we're gonna season with a little bit of paprika. I have some Italian seasoning. I'm not measuring here, you just wanna cover everything. And I also have some pepper and some salt, of course. Now I've preheated my oven to 375, and I'm just gonna pop this in the oven for about 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you're gonna take it out of the oven and give everything a good stir and mix around. This is just gonna allow everything to brown on all sides, and I like adding a little bit of extra salt at this stage as well. You're gonna put it back in the oven and set your timer for another 20 minutes. But truthfully, I didn't find the potatoes were quite ready at that point, so I let them cook for another 10 minutes. Once they're done, pull everything out of the oven, and this is optional, but it tastes really good. Grab some fresh lemon juice and squeeze it over the top. And I have a big hunk of Parmesan cheese. Gotta put some Parmesan on here. It's just a really nice addition. And you can see my daughter here taking a big smell of dinner, and I think she approves. So I'm just gonna throw it on plates for the kids, but for myself and for my husband, I took out a bag of spinach, and I'm literally just going to put some big handfuls of spinach on the bottom of ours. And then I'm gonna take a scoop of the sheet pan dinner and just put it on top. And it has lots of flavor already, but you can also squeeze some lemon juice just to give it a little bit more on the spinach. And that was dinner tonight. Everybody loved it, and it was really simple to make. Okay, it's now Tuesday morning, and I am getting ready for dinner already. And as you can see, I have my slow cooker out, and we're gonna be making some pulled chicken bowls tonight. So I just wanna get a head start on my protein because protein takes the longest to cook, and I was a little bit short on time for dinner tonight, so I wanted to just throw everything in the slow cooker, leave and not have to think about it all day. So I have some chicken breast, some fresh garlic, salt, and pepper, and this is the key ingredient. This is a big jar of salsa. And I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but this is the simplest way to cook chicken breast in the slow cooker, and it tastes absolutely delicious. And later on, I am going to be pulling apart the chicken. It just comes apart so easily, and it tastes so good. Set your timer for about 6 hours on low. That's what I did, and it worked perfect. So for dinner tonight, I am going to be pulling apart all of this chicken breast that's been cooking in the slow cooker all day. And I love this meal because it's really, really simple. I don't have to think about cooking too many things at once. This chicken is already done, so now all I have to think about is the sides. So I want to create some kind of chicken bowls. I'm going to make rice. I'm going to chop up some different toppings and just combine everything together. And I'm also going to make like a Greek yogurt dressing, or kind of like a sour cream replacement. Greek yogurt's awesome. It's high in protein, and it's just really a really simple swap that you can make that is going to up your protein and just make your dish a little bit healthier. So I'm going to start by shredding the chicken and then getting some brown rice cooking. Sometimes I'll do brown, sometimes I'll do white. Tonight I have a little bit of extra time, so I'm going to do brown. So I'm going to start that now. I'm just measuring out 1.5 cups of brown rice. And with rice, you always want to rinse it off and get as much of the starch off of the rice that you can. And I'm using chicken broth to cook my rice so that it has a little bit more flavor. And I'm just doubling the amount of liquid. So I'm putting 3 cups of chicken broth. I also like to put some salt. I'm gonna stir everything together, put the lid on, and it will take about 45 minutes. So while the rice is cooking, I'm just gonna pull apart all of the chicken breast, and you can see how juicy and delicious this chicken looks. I love this chicken because it's so good as leftovers, and you can use it in so many different ways. Now I'm just gonna make the Greek yogurt sauce. So I'm just using some fresh garlic, some lime juice, and I don't really measure things, guys. I like to just taste as I go and see if it needs a little bit more of this or that. But I'm probably using about 1 cup of Greek yogurt and half of a lime and 1 clove of garlic. Stir it all together and then add a little bit of salt, stir again. And I found it needed a little bit more lime. That's it. Oh, and I should probably mention, make sure it's not vanilla Greek yogurt because that would be disgusting. Plain 0% Greek yogurt is what I like to use. Now I'm just gonna chop up my lettuce and prepare some of the other sides that we're gonna use in the bowl. I'm a big fan of cilantro. You either love it or you hate it. I'm definitely a lover. Just chopping that up and putting it in a little bowl. And then I'm gonna be boiling some frozen corn. And here I have some black beans. You could also use chickpeas, that would be a great addition. But I had black beans already, so I'm just gonna rinse those off. And of course, you gotta have some cheese. And these are pickled jalapenos. I love these, but they are a bit spicy, so beware. Use at your own risk. And here I have some perfectly ripe avocados, so I'm just gonna slice those up, and then I also have some limes. And now dinner is ready to be plated, and this is my favorite part because everything just looks so pretty, and it's actually kind of fun putting everything together. My kids devoured this dinner. They absolutely loved it. I think just all of the different colors and letting them choose which ingredients they want to add to their bowls. It was just really fun, and I'm definitely gonna be making this dinner on a regular basis. Okay, it's now Wednesday, and this is the last family-friendly dinner that I'm gonna share with you on this video, and it is a baked potato sloppy joe. This is so fun. It reminds me of my childhood, but obviously we're not putting it in a big carb-heavy bun. We're gonna be using baked sweet potatoes, and I also have some russet potatoes. I'm using those for the kids, but honestly, I only did that because my grocery store was almost completely out of sweet potatoes, but you can basically choose whichever you prefer. and you're just gonna wrap them up in foil and put them in the oven. And obviously this is gonna take a little bit of time for the potatoes to bake, but while they're baking, you can prepare your veggies. If you guys are enjoying this type of video, would you just quickly give this video a thumbs up, a like, and if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Anyways, for the sloppy joes, I'm just gonna be chopping up 1 onion, and I also have a couple cloves of garlic here. I'm gonna be mincing the garlic, and I'm just keeping everything together for simplicity, putting it on top of the onions, and then I'm gonna preheat my pan. I like using a big, heavy cast iron pan, but if you don't have one, I would just suggest using a large pan. And I have lean ground beef. Add a little bit of olive oil to your pan, or any oil will work. And you're gonna brown up your meat. And I'm also gonna add my onions and my garlic at the same time. You just wanna be careful that the garlic doesn't burn. May have gone a tad heavy on the onions. It actually ended up being totally fine. So 1 whole onion is perfectly fine. You could also use half of an onion if you prefer. Now I'm just gonna season it with a little bit more garlic powder. I'm using half a teaspoon. I have paprika. I'm also using half a teaspoon. And then chili powder, I'm using 1 full teaspoon. And I'm gonna season it with some salt, some pepper, and then here I have some frozen tomato paste. It's about a tablespoon or so, and I have some unsweetened ketchup. You're probably wondering why my tomato paste is frozen. It's a really simple hack that I use. Whenever I open a tomato paste can, I just freeze the rest of it in a little Ziploc bag so I can chop up whatever I need when I need it. So that was just some soy sauce, and I don't know, I didn't measure. I just kind of poured a little bit, and this is some maple syrup. So you want a little bit of sweetness. I'm using 2 tablespoons, and since my ketchup was unsweetened, I didn't want it to be too sweet, and I like to control the amount of sugar in my food. I also have some beef broth because you'll notice that the mixture might get too thick. So if you want to just loosen it up a little bit, you can just put a splash of broth as well. My beans are ready, so I'm just going to use a little bit of butter, and my potatoes are also ready, so I'm going to take them out of the oven, and I'm going to show you how to plate this. Wait until you see how perfectly cooked this potato is. Oh, perfection. So you're just going to cut little slices in the potato, and that's just gonna help the meat and the sauce to sink into it. You're gonna add your meat, sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top, and then add your side of beans. This plate is gonna bring you right back to your childhood, and your kids are gonna love it. Well, that's all for today. Please hit the subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.